Storytelling is something that connects all of us. It's something that we all have. We all have a story to tell. And this project is about stories. It's about the story of people who have survived an aneurysm or a stroke or some sort of brain injury. It's a story about how they communicate or fail to communicate because of their injuries with their families. It's about how their families communicate with them. This seems to be a very grey area within medicine at the moment, and there isn't really anything out there that fills that gap or bridges that gap, and that is what we're trying to do with this project. We're going to use story. If you think about the way that we use language, the first things that children learn are nursery rhymes, and these are stories. They're mini stories that they learn. So they learn orally first before they learn to read or they learn to write. The use of metaphor in story makes it so powerful because that is how we think. We think in images. We use things that are like things. So to describe that we are angry, if we just say we are angry, that is a very flat word. Children don't understand that. So when you've had a stroke and you're starting right at the beginning again, you need something which is much more powerful. So story, you could talk about a character, you could talk about a dragon that was feeling angry, he was full of fire. And it changes the whole notion, your understanding of that word, of that emotion. So the way that we want to use story in this project is to workshop with the survivors and the families initially separately so that they can tell their story, so that we can explore the emotions and the problems that they have overcome as they've gone through their survival. And then also to work with the families and the carers, because it's a very different process for them. They have lost somebody that they love. They are on number 2 and they don't know any better than the person themselves about that person. So they too have to start at the beginning. And to be able to use, again, metaphor and a visual imagery of how it feels for them and to try and get them to understand how it feels for their loved one is very powerful. So the idea is to workshop both of them separately and then to bring them together once the characters and the story have been created.